Hey guys, what's up? It's once again mp4podcast.com. And I noticed something very weird about today's Apple keynote about the iPad 2. They did not say how much RAM was in their device. Now I'm guessing it was only 512 megs of RAM. However, they didn't want to say that for one main reason. The Zoom, the Motorola Zoom that you can buy at the Verizon store, is only that device is 1 gig, has 1 gig of memory, where the iPad 2 I'm guessing is 512, which makes their system look weaker. However, I do not think that's going to be a problem at all. The iOS is a very optimized OS for the Apple hardware, so Apple has full control on the software, the hardware, and I have an iPod. I have an iPod Touch fourth generation, and that thing is lickety, splickly, fasty, rockety, whatever you want to call it. It's a very fast device, even though the iPhone 4 does have 512 megs of RAM. Um, the other thing that I was a little bit disappointed in, um, if you look at this picture, I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't seem to be a mic hole. You know, the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 3GS, the video mics are off to the side, so the audio does take a little bit of a hit. However, it's not really bad at all. It's actually still pretty decent. However, the iPod Touch does have better audio because the microphone is right underneath the lens. The other thing I was disappointed in the iPad 2 is that there is no LED light. At times I'm very happy I do have my HT Droid Incredible or my Droid 2 that do have LED lights when I want to film something in low light. It does come in handy when you need it. I think Apple could have put it in. How much does an LED light cost? I don't think it's that much. I think you know they could have made this product a little bit better. However, I do think this is a great product. This thing could have been a little bit better. Um, you know, it's going to be like half the size of the old model. So, think of if you ever seen the old iPod Touch and the new one, it's half the size. So, um, gigabytes are the same, 16, 32, 64. You know, wireless, it supports everything: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, cellular. Now it's going to be able to support AT&T and Verizon, so you only have to buy one device. And if you're not happy with AT&T, you can go, hey, fuck you, AT&T, I'm going to Verizon. But if you go to Verizon to AT&T, I think you have to see a psychiatrist. Um, the display is the same as last year's. Now I do know Noah from Noah from Techno Buffalo, John for Lakers channel, did say that that the iPad 1 had a better screen than the Zoom, had better colors, and I do have to agree with him when I saw him filming them side by side. Um, I just want to say one thing. Sometimes there really isn't the best screen. I think sometimes some screens just do a better job at certain colors. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I have an iPhone 3GS, and it has the best whites out of all my other devices: my iPod Touch, my HT Droid Incredible, and my Droid 2. If you go to a website like Google.com, most of it's all white. And when you look at the screen on the iPhone 3GS, that white is white. Okay, it's as white as like buying typing paper. That's how white it is. Now the Retina display, to get the colors a little bit more poppy, they had to turn up the contrast, and that white on Google.com becomes a little bit of a grayish. The HC Droid Incredible has a blue tint. They really saturate the colors on the Super AMOLED displays. Droid 2, I think the colors are similar to the Retina display. However, the Retina has a better way of still popping out the colors a little bit more, has a little bit more contrasty. Out of all my displays I have, I would probably say the my iPod Touch Retina display is the best one. It seems it has a balance of all the colors and how they should all probably properly look. However, on the Super AMOLED display, looking at icons, when I look at the icon for the Dolphin browser, it's unbelievable. I mean, anything that's like pre-rendered, or when you're looking at the menus in on HT, like HT Sense, everything in that is beautiful icons, and especially some video games do look beautiful on the Super AMOLED. However, overall, I mean, if you're talking photographs and video, I'd probably go with the iPod Touch with the Retina display, or the iPhone 4. So there's no real perfect screen. Sometimes it is what you like. So I just want to put that out there. However, I do think Apple does have a better display as of right now. Um, let's talk about cameras for right now. We're talking 720p recording. Now, I was watching Soldiers Knows Best live stream, and I know he did make a small mistake when he reviewed the iPod Touch. He says it's the same lens. It's actually not the same lens in the iPod Touch from the iPhone 4. The iPhone 4 has a autofocus lens. The iPod Touch has a fixed focus lens. The iPhone 4 also has a better CMOS sensor, so it's better in picking up more light. So especially in low light, you do get a lot more detail in. With the iPod Touch, it has to be, I don't know, maybe about 12 inches away before everything becomes in focus. Some ways it's better, some ways it's not. It depends on these little devices and which one you want, what you're doing with. Just to give you a quick example, there is I'll try to find it. There's a group of people making a short, an action show, drama show. They're about 2-3 minutes each with the iPhone 4, and there are times where the iPhone 4's autofocus goes out of focus and it gets confused, and you see like this bubble effect. It's because the motor is moving around trying to focus, and that the lens is so small that it's not a nice smooth transition while it's autofocusing. Where I would say maybe for acting, and if you had good lighting, maybe the iPod Touch is a little bit better way to go if you wanted to produce those types of things. However, the iPod Touch is fixed focus, and doesn't have as much detail in the video as much as the iPhone 4. However, you don't have, like I said, that autofocus problem. There really isn't a perfect camera. It's just they're just tools, and you have to pick your tools accordingly to the job that you need to be done. Needs to get done. The battery life is 10 hours, the same as iPad 1. So, same thing right there. Yada yada yada. It does have an adapter for HDMI out. I think you have to buy it's like $40. So, I mean, it would have been nice if they could have built into the system, but I do understand it is very, very thin. So, we'll have to see if maybe they can improve on that next year. And, no Linux support. Hey! This Windows and Macintosh users. Yeah, so you Linux guys, you guys will have to settle for the Zune, but it's not a bad device at all. I do think next year these devices will heat up much more. And I just want to say one thing. Apple, if I had to go with a camera I don't think I've been using a tablet for video, but Apple does have a better camera, hands down, for video. For stills, I would say the Zoom has a better camera. The problem with using, some of the Droid devices for recording video is that they have high megapixel cameras. My Droid 2 and HT Droid Incredible are 8 megapixels. Now, to get down to 720p, you have to downscale 8 megapixels on the CMOS sensor down to 1 megapixel. It's right around 720p, and 1080p is right around 2 megapixels. So if that algorithm is not right, you're going to get jaggies and more issues. Aliasing and more, that's what they call them. Now, iPhone has really, really good software in dealing with those issues. Some camcorders can do excellent jobs with aliasing and more. Panasonic is phenomenal with dealing with aliasing and more. Canon, on the other hand, is not that good. However, there are other problems with Panasonic SLRs. Panasonics have the jello effect really bad. Canons don't have it as bad. So when you try to correct those in post-production with plugins and with After Effects, Canon's a little bit better. However, Canon does suffer really, really bad from aliasing and more issues that are really bad if you don't know what you're doing. So a little bit off topic, guys. I'm just going to give you a breakdown of all the devices. Maybe if you're not really a hardcore gamer, just like surfing the web and so on and so on, maybe look for an iPad 1. Maybe the Apple stores will be putting them on sale. If not, check Craigslist, eBay, stuff like that. Once again, guys, this is mp4podcast.com. Looking out for you and looking out for my own interests because I like to buy things for myself. But once again, guys, take care. Later, and please subscribe if this video has helped you. Have any questions, leave a comment below. Please thumbs up, and if you want to help out the video a little more, please favorite the video. Take care, guys, and later.